your horror movie podcast.
Dude, I want to go over your house and wear a cowboy hat and just like swing through the saloon doors like so bad.
You can. You make so much content.
I just feel like, here, please don't. Oh god, please delete the scene. I don't actually.
This is my cowboy.
I don't want to really dress
No.
as a cowboy.
Justin goes in this as Woody's here.
Dude, we could have you, Justin, in a cowboy like hat, the boots, the assless chaps, and everything. Make a promo for this podcast. You could kick open the saloon doors, walk in, spit your tobacco, and just go.
No, I say he does that, but he's Woody from Toy Story, and then he looks on the bottom of his shoe, and it's a picture of Andy.
This is a lot to process. Yeah,
I just gotta because
maybe I just don't go to your house. And
this is gonna be a fun pod.
Oh boy, I didn't say this. We're not gonna be able to. This is Water Boy. Me and you are gonna have to carry this because every single time Shaun has toxified, it's not gone good.
Oh no.
Sorry. This is a disaster already.
All right. Welcome back, Hackstab Slash, where I'm going to be your host for today because Shaun is having some technical difficulties due to his moving into a new home and his internet is not completely set up yet. So bear with us for any glitches that you may experience during this episode. I know we had a few of the last one, but definitely just, we're going to try to get everything situated as fast as possible.
We'll be good eventually.
Eventually,
we promise to put a good product out there.
It's only been two seasons that we've been telling them we're going to be good.
It's only been almost 2 years. One
of these days, we're going to get you. One of these days.
You just wait.
When you least expect it.
Today's episode, we're bringing you 2019's Little Monsters, and it's not to be confused with Howie Mandel's worst movie that he ever experienced, Little Monsters. This is a new kind of Little Monsters, complete with zombies and lots of giggles and some other stuff there. Justin, what were your thoughts going into this, and is this your first time watching this movie?
All right, before we get into this, smash that subscribe button, hit
definitely.
that thumbs up.
Smash
Let's go.
them.
Subscribe to us, follow us everywhere, #/ every social media place you can think of.
Everything helps.
Trying to entertain you. This movie, I had no clue when Shaun said he picked Little Monsters. I thought it was the old school Little Monsters, which I've never even seen. And honestly, I did not even watch the trailer going to this. Honestly, my expectation was probably just really, really bad because Shaun picked Resident
I've been on a roll for bad movies lately.
Shaun's been doing weird and not making fun of Resident Evil. I liked it more than I expected to, but he's just been picking some weird movies. So I honestly would expect this movie to be like a 4. But I went in completely blind. I've never even heard of this movie. But yeah, we'll talk about that in a couple minutes. How about you, Waterboy?
So your expectation was a 4?
You just going on your history lately, yeah. I expected it to be bad. No offense.
I know, dude. I've been striking out left and right.
Dude, you're glitching so bad. I don't know if you hear how bad you sound, but this is
just straight seizures.
Nope. On my end, I sound perfect.
Oh boy,
you are.
Yep, good. You're doing great, Shaun.
Just keep it up. But my expectations going into this, I had never seen anything about this, but I know Shaun picked it, and honestly, me and Shaun usually agree on movies. Yeah, it's we got a thing. We got some of the same tastes a little bit.
You guys got some good chemistry.
We do. And
I like to think my taste is all over the map.
It is. And that's good. That's good to have it all over, But
just all over.
All over. Just all right. But going into this, I didn't know what to expect. I was going to give it like a 6 starting out because I knew it was going to be a comedy. And I was hoping it would be like Shaun of the Dead. I will say, I'm not actually going to say anything. I just want to get into this. Actually, Shaun, what did you have to say about this movie? Your pick.
I actually stumbled across this by accident, and my expectation rating the first time I seen this going into it would have been right there with Justin. It would have been a 4. I didn't have high hopes for this at all. I didn't expect it to take itself seriously, but I think it did surprise me. I do like this movie.
Can I guess right now can I say which one of us is going to rank this lowest?
It's you, Justin.
No. No, Waterboy. This movie had like a lot of heart in it. Waterboy hates this.
Waterboy hates heart.
I love hearts too. They're just usually on the outside.
All right, let's get into this. Who goes first? Waterboy, take us away. Let's
All
jump
right,
into this.
let's start it. Let's jump.
Let's start at the beginning. Let's go.
All right. Usually,
Let's
we
start at the end and work our way back.
let's go. We start out with something everybody probably
Let's go
knows.
backwards.
We start out with something everybody probably knows. A nice couple fight for the first 2 minutes of the movie between Sarah and Dave, panning to a depressed Dave on the street, and then waking up in his nephew's home where we meet Felix, letting Dave know that it's
Not a child. You're a child. You shouted first.
letting him know that it's McGiggle time. We get introduced to Tess, Dave's sister, walking in as Dave was introducing Felix to some awesome FPS zombie killing and typical mom fashion with a solid no to violence. Dinner time, and we get food that a dog probably wouldn't touch, with a tofu veggie pizza. And I put Justin probably has eaten one of those before. Felix has a food allergy, we find out, and Dave full of bad words. So Felix sings him the bad word song. Shaun, did you memorize that song by heart? Dave?
No, but I do love the part where Dave just goes, Felix, will you tell your mother that I'm going down to Domino's? I'm getting a proper pizza covered in cheese with a side of gluten.
Glitches are hilarious.
Shaun, bro. Oh my god, this is such. This is a rough start.
It glitched out like you got stung by bees and your face was just closed in.
Yeah, your face. You had your eyes shut the whole time, which I get. Like you sounded good, so I mean, I guess us talking kind of ruins it because people on Spotify and stuff here it's fine, but man, you look messed up, man.
You look messed up. Dave's just sad and had a troubled life, and overhears Tess reading to Felix and decides what better time to wake Felix up and dress him as Vader to apologize to Sarah. But instead of an apology, Felix walks in on Rory and Sarah's vagina and makes a very sad attempt to fight him and gets his ass handed to him by a half-balding middle-aged man.
That was rough.
That was horrible.
No, not because he tried to fight him. He got his ass handed to him because he was using swear words in front of a child.
Returning home, he puts on the waterworks so his sister feels bad and won't kick him out, and takes Felix to school in the morning. Walking him into class, Dave, already falling for his teacher, Audrey, or Miss Caroline, lets her know of his Christian band, God's Sledgehammer.
What a name.
Right. Dave, wanting to get to know Miss Caroline a little more, he jumps into chaperone at Felix's trip. And before we get to that, we get a nice shot of Dave getting a wank in on her picture on the wall.
My God.
We get some Taylor Swift ukulele action on the bus. Callan probably loves this part if he still watches us.
Haters gonna hate.
And Miss Caroline calls out Dave to sing something for all the kids and fails miserably while getting the bus fixed. We pin off to a military patrol where Project Regeneration subject has escaped and has upgraded to large-scale breach, having our first zombie kill. Arriving at the farm, we see Danny.
I love how they have the Asians sitting there. Mini golf? Mini golf?
You'll go that. Jesus Christ.
No, this is a fucking military base, not mini golf.
Arriving at the farm, we see Danny McGiggles is there too. Time to start dancing. Hi-ho, kiddlywinks. Going over to the McGiggles song. Over to a family with... Hi-ho! Oh, God. I got to control. Hold on. Over to a family with some mini golf. That same Asian family from earlier. Seeing one of the zombies, and they can't not see that and not take a picture with it. And then the dad gets eaten. Time for the Pleasant Valley Farm experience on the tractor. Caroline ripping into Dave over his language. We see the tractor driving getting ripped into by an army zombie, with Miss Caroline picking up a pitchfork to keep it back as Felix explains to Dave how to drive a tractor. You got to put the clutch in.
The clutch is on the left.
She pins him to the tree with the pitchfork and puts the top of the scarecrow on it so the kids don't notice, running back and jumping, and it's Justin's turn.
Let's go.
Let's go.
All right, so now they are on the tractor and they are singing.
Wait. Do you gotta go pee?
No, so I peed right before.
You were supposed to piss.
All right, because usually you go during the mid break.
I know, that's what. Yeah, no, I'm actually good right now. But the only problem is I've drank so much since we started.
Are you sure?
Oh my god, that looks like
that's a lot.
I drink so much. It's sterile, and I like the taste.
That's not what. All right. Anyway, so now they are on the tractor, and Miss Caroline is having them all sing "Little Bo Peep" and trying to. We see it's pretty awesome how she's trying to keep them calm, and they ended up they're stuck now because did Waterboy just leave? Is he mocking me? Did he just leave to piss? Is he mocking me?
No.
Is this what happened? Oh god, no, I'm so sorry. This is a mess. Was that a joke?
I can't even put the tickle me elmo over him because he's recording this week.
Oh my god! Sorry, it just threw me off. He just did to me what I do to him. All right. Anyway.
Whoa.
No, I don't. I apologize to anyone who's actually watching this. Anyway, they're on the tractor. Blah blah blah. There's zombies and shit. They can't go any further because. Is Shaun moving? Are you guys playing? Is this how I act?
I'm just waiting for Shaun to just take the mic and just.
You know what? All right, I'm gonna give it props to both of you for you guys to stay like focused when you have one person just. I don't do that. Spinning around in circles.
You go nuts sometimes.
I'm just gonna say I did rewatch the last episode and I'm like, holy shit, I have issues. Like I spaced out for 10 minutes.
But it makes this different.
At one point, I think my chair is like facing the wrong way, and I'm like looking at my green screen.
It's because you have ADHD and you don't take anything for it.
It's bad. Seriously. I am off my meds, everyone. I am off the meds. Let's go.
Someone told me that instead of doing half an hour increments, we should just do 10 minutes. So you get the chance to stay more involved. We'll do like a Beastie Boys rap song. We'll just rotate words in the sentence.
One movie lasts a whole month of just getting it across so Justin doesn't lose interest.
The worst part too is I fly through my notes faster than any of us. The funny thing is we didn't have this whole segment here, I would have already been done with my notes, but yet I've said one sentence. All right. They're on a tractor and they get stuck now because there's zombies eating a cow, just destroying this cow. We got zombies freaking everywhere. We see Miss Caroline saying, all right, guys, we are going to play tag. We got to get off this tractor and we are going to dodge these zombies and we're going to have a conga line. So they literally have a freaking conga line singing Old MacDonald as they're going through a farm with zombies and slaughter. One zombie's got like a porcupine. It ate a porcupine. It's got like its face is bleeding.
Could you imagine how bad that must hurt?
Oh my god,
that hurt so bad. They tried running to the bus, and as they're running to the bus, they see the bus driver just getting torn apart by like 5 zombies. And he's like, there's zombies on the bus. So luckily they see a souvenir shop. They go into the souvenir shop. They see Teddy McGiggles is already in it. That's a good sign. So they thought Teddy McGiggles will not let them inside. He actually tells them to go fuck themselves, and he does not care at all. So Dave ends up going on the roof and he ends up falling through the roof, lands actually on Teddy McGiggles. And we have an insane fight full of dishes being smashed overhead, staples to the face. We have puke. We have an unbelievable dick twist. And until eventually he smashes Teddy McGiggles over the back with his guitar. Dave lets the teachers in, the teacher in, the kids in, and as they're boarding up the room, Teddy tells them how Froggy didn't make it. And he says, zombies are real. And Miss Caroline's like, no, like the zombies aren't real. And he's like, those little kids, we get some awesome horror references. He calls them little deadites, says they're like children on the corn. And he's like,
tons of references.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, so many horror references in here. And he's like, shut the F up. These are real. Miss Caroline goes over to him and says, you better stop fucking swearing, because he's saying just fuckity fuck and just swearing all this stuff. All the kids are saying like bad word song at him and everything. As this has happened, the kids have a snack. We see Felix is allergic and he actually eats chips and he goes into shock. I don't even know that word. Anaphylactic.
Anaphylactic.
Yeah. Phylactic. I don't know.
He does that.
Anaphylactic.
He goes into anaphylactic shock, and Dave stays with Felix, and he sings Taylor Swift songs to keep him calm. While Miss Caroline goes to get the EpiPen, and she shows off such a badass. If this was a slasher movie, she's got Final Girl all over her.
All over.
She decapitates 4 zombies with a shovel and fights like 8 more of them off. She comes back into the classroom and she's covered in blood. And she gives the EpiPen to Dave and everything, and he saves Felix. But she tells the kids that it's just strawberry jam. And this is actually a huge moment, too, for Dave in his character arc, because this dude was crying. He looked so sad that Felix was in shock. And you can see he's changing now. Now that it's serious, he realizes he's really going to step up. We hear
There's a lot of emotional growth.
Yeah, this huge moment for his character right there. We hear a helicopter, and Teddy's like, I'm a celebrity. This is for me. This dude just goes off on a roof, and like a true dumbass he is, he falls off a roof. He almost gets eaten, but once again, Dave now, right after that emotional growth as a character right there, he's up there. He saves Teddy. He pulls him back on the roof. And Teddy just confesses pretty much everything to him that, you know what, he hates kids and he just loves banging their moms. He bangs tons of moms, all the moms, every kind of mom you could possibly imagine is what he has done. And he also says Teddy McGiggles is not his real name and he shit his pants. Ridiculous.
And then I shit in my pants.
Yeah, there's a lot going on there. And we flashed over to the army now. We see them making a plan to drop a bomb on the souvenir shop because they realize that's where all the zombies are gathered outside. We see a scene of what's going on in the souvenir shop, which is basically Miss Caroline just being a complete badass again and just calming the kids. She's singing to them. And we see the army now they have a barrier all over the whole entire place. We got a roadblock. We see the parents are all there at the roadblock. They can't get through. We go back to the place. It's nighttime, and Dave comforts Felix and a little girl, and he actually sings them a little monster song. And he says it was Felix's mom saying that to him too, and when he was a kid, and it comforted him. And we'll kick it off to Shaun to see if Shaun can get through this next part or not.
Let's try and get through this.
Yeah.
All right. So after Felix and Dave help settle down the kids for bed, Dave expresses to Miss Caroline that he's sorry for swearing so much. Miss Caroline says it's okay. She's fucking scared too, and has to show the kids that it's the adults that are still in control. They have to be strong and put on this facade. We get kind of like a heartfelt conversation as Dave's character arc continues to grow between the two, where they talk about everything, dude, from breakups to wanting and not wanting to have kids. She starts quoting Neil Diamond and even breaking into Taylor Hanson's hotel room. If that's not an bop, I done fucked up my life. I don't know what is. So she decides to head off to bed for the night, and David, being the stand-up guy that he is, volunteers to keep watch. The radio kicks in, and we meet the general, who says Operation Hailstorm will commence. It's morning time, and David wakes up Caroline with a plan, and it is aggressively shot down by Teddy McGiggles. Teddy says, I'm a 5-time Nickelodeon Kids' Choice Award winner, and that means I'm a pretty big fucking deal. He also elects to just eat one of the kids until help arrives for nourishment. That's Unreal. A great idea.
Dude,
what a dick.
Oh, geez. Could you imagine this movie now after the Quiet on the Set series?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, my God.
Oh, yeah. David tells him to basically grow up, and all he needs him to do is be a distraction so he can go get the tractor. Teddy responds with, and I quote, "You're fucked in the head, fatso. If your big idea is to drive in a tractor designed to pull fuck monkeys around a farm, then you're bigger idiots than I thought. And I thought you both were the stupidest people I've ever met."
That made me actually laugh a lot.
Yeah, dude, and then he immediately offers the McGiggle mobile, in which Miss Caroline responds with, "That's actually a great idea, Teddy." And he says, "Great enough for a blowjob?" And she immediately slaps him in the face, which generates a not heartfelt, sincere apology at all from him for being a sex addict.
This guy's the worst. I hate that guy.
Oh my God.
And then I didn't know how to write this down, so I just wrote Teddy drunkenly falls up and over a table, causing a ruckus, and then all the kids get up and they start bombarding Miss Caroline with questions. One of them even says they don't want to play the game anymore, and the zombies look fake. Teddy even calls David a douchebag because he's ready to go. And you hear in the background one of the kids go, "What's a douchebag?" And Felix responds with, "It's a small bag that ladies use to irrigate their vaginas." And just
Giggles
like a
getting
seventh
drunk.
thing,
He's getting drunk off that
dude,
fucking
he's drinking
hand
like
sanitizer.
hand sanitizer, mouthwash,
What a mess.
rubbing alcohol. You see him take one swig and he like spits it all out. And then he's like, I got to drink this.
Unbelievable.
Such a mess. But just like a seventh inning stretch at Fenway Park, Sweet Caroline is now the song of choice to help get these kids back in order. David kneels down and he shares some touching words with Felix before he heads out to try and make a run at the McGigglemobile. David and Teddy make their way up to the roof now, and they look out, and everything is just zombies. It's like a small sea of zombies. Teddy wants to back out, but David tries to channel like his inner montage, like his newfound, ego, and he's like, this is a chance for you to do something good, to make up for all the wrong that you've done, to make up for all the moms that you fucked. So he agrees, and David starts the distraction. Teddy goes to swing down like Tarzan, but the rope snaps because he's 400 pounds. He immediately crashes to the ground, gets up, and then begins his speedy pursuit to the McGigglemobile, yelling at kids and telling each one that he's fucked their mom all along the way, even biting a kid's face off and going, "How does that feel?"
Yeah,
before he barfs it all out.
What the?
He bit his face.
Jesus Christ.
My God.
That scene, dude.
So Teddy and David actually make it to the McGigglemobile. Teddy really and truly and purely is just a giant piece of shit because he decides to lock David out, leaving him out of the van to fend off the zombies by himself. Only for Teddy to be ambushed by Mr. Frogs from behind, ripping his guts out and his cheek off, exposing his face.
That scene, as soon as I saw the frog like going into the camera.
We had a frog and puppet zombie. A frog and puppet zombie. The stupidest thing I've ever seen, and I mean in like the greatest way ever. I love it.
So good.
So good.
David sees this all go down, but he makes his way on top of the van and ends up getting a cell phone reception, and it rings and it's Tess. As he answers the phone, guess who makes another appearance through the, what do they call it, the froggy flap?
The froggy flap.
Yep.
The hand frog comes through and just like looks at him and does like a slow turnaround, like it's a scope and he can fucking see through the bobble eyes.
It's so good.
Tess begins telling David that the military has everything blocked off. David continues his journey of finding himself as he apologizes to Tess, and he thanks her for stepping up to take care of him when their lives went to shit. Felix sneaks out while Miss Caroline is dealing with a cranky kid who won't shut the fuck up about wanting to play putt-putt golf.
Oh my God.
I'd have punched this kid right in the face.
100%.
And that is 1,000% why I am not a school teacher.
Dude, that
Felix, though, I can relate to because I would like to fight the zombie apocalypse dressed as Darth Vader. This kid dodges zombies, uses the force. He's even got a putt-putt club, and he's making pew-pew sounds like he's faking shooting the zombies. And then he tries to use the force to shut the gate, and the zombie walks into it, and it slowly shuts. And you can see Felix go, yes. Like he fist pumps because he thinks he used the force to shut the gate.
That's so awesome.
So good. David is stranded on top of the van still, and he hears someone driving a tractor in the distance. It's Felix who's coming to the rescue. The boys get on the tractor, and they crash into the gift store to pull the class out. They're all on their way now to go play putt-putt golf, and the class is chanting for that fucking asshole Max that wouldn't shut up before because he's using the putter to just smash zombies' heads in. Boom. And you can hear them all, go Max, go Max, go Max. And Miss Caroline decides to start singing to keep the kids distracted. And shockingly enough, the zombies love her music too. She even decides to sing, if you're happy and you know it, clap your hands. And the fucking zombies go,
So good.
If you're dead and you know it, make a moan. The group is The group's almost to safety now, and we see the army, and they've set up a barricade. And Operation Hailstorm is about to become a real thing. The group isn't in safety yet, though, as we get a cutscene where we see the general say it sucks. But one guy driving and one girl playing a small wooden guitar, quickly corrected by a private going, "That's a ukulele, sir." Goes, it sucks, but we're going to have to obliterate them. And just before he gives the command to fire, he can hear singing. And the general says he can't shoot kids. Again. So he's done this more than once. So he decides to save them all. And just as they come through the barricade, they kill the zombies behind them. And I don't know if you guys caught this, but David, I think he was trying to save the zombies too. Because he's like, you don't got to shoot. You just sing to them. Just sing to them. And then we get fighter jets fly overhead as Operation Hailstorm is now in full effect. Miss Caroline shares a wonderful kiss with David as bombs explode behind them. Talk about fireworks, am I right? Oh. Just as they breathe a sigh of relief, they get scooped up by soldiers in hazmat suits and swiftly taken away. We see the general debriefing the parents, simply saying that he is in awe at how well the teachers took care of the kids. They correct them and say one teacher. And he was like, no, there was two. And Tess steps up and says, that was my brother. He volunteered. And he says, if it wasn't for them, those children would most likely be dead. We see the kids in quarantine now as they're being sung Taylor Swift songs by both Carolyn and David. With that being said, guys, I guess the moral of this story is the best way to survive a zombie apocalypse is to sing about shaking it off. And the best way to end that zombie apocalypse is by dropping the chart-topping generational sounds of Hanson's ba da ba do.
We don't need to sing it. Thank you.
I hope that gets stuck in everyone's head.
We don't.
So what do you guys think about this movie?
He knows the words.
Of course I do.
You know the words?
What do you think, Water Boy? I know Umbop, and that's it. They say actual words.
This movie was actually really worthy of a watch. I had my doubts at first, but for it not being really well known, and it doesn't look like it had much of a budget.
It made under $500,000 gross.
Shit, and I mean, like there was funny parts in it. It was perfect. I know what they were like trying to do, like a Shaun of the Dead style. And honestly, I'd say that it worked. New little Australian in there. I'm gonna raise up my 6, and I'm gonna go with the 7.2. And I really did thoroughly enjoy it.
7.2. Let's go.
Beautiful. Justin, how are we feeling?
I fucking loved it. Zombies. I fucking loved the gore in it. Was awesome, and there was so much heart in this movie. The characters were great. Like the Miss Tenny McGiggles, he was funny, but you also hated this guy's guts. Like I literally wanted him to die so much. I hated him. You root so much for Dave, and how do you say Lupita? How do you say that girl's name in real life?
Lupita.
I don't want Lupita.
Yeah, Lupita.
And do you know how to say her last name or not?
No.
Okay.
I don't want to butcher it because she's crushed in the horror game. She did this. Well, that's the thing. And she did Us, and she murdered both those roles.
Yeah. So Lupita, don't know her last name, don't know how to say it, but she is unbelievable in this movie, showing like how calm she is with the kids and like keeping her shit together in front of the kids, and then being like a badass. Like I said, this was like a slasher movie. She'd be like ultimate final girl decapitating zombies. So good. And like the parts, this was actually funny at the same time. Like there was parts that I actually laughed out loud, and I think it just all worked really, really well together. And I give it an 8.6.
Fuck yeah. 100%.
Fuck yeah. 100%. All right. So I give this movie a 7.9 because it's quick, it's gory, it's funny, it's got great character building. The acting was spot on, even for the kids. I think the kids crushed their role. And that's a big thing in movies, especially when they revolve around kids, is the kids are going to make or break this film. I think they did awesome. And Josh Gad rolled as McGiggles, as the alcoholic kids show. It's just all in it for banging the lonely moms. I loved him. This is quickly becoming like a modern day zombie masterpiece for me. It's a different like take on your typical zombie movies. I think it's like a wonderful mashup of, I don't know, Big Daddy meets Night of the Living Dead sprinkled with a little bit of Taylor Swift.
Dude, yeah, that's well put
So
with
good.
the Big Daddy part.
Yeah.
And I can see like
I
the
love it.
rewatchability. Like I feel like you could rewatch this movie 100 times and it just would be such a good background movie after you've even seen it like 10 times. I could rewatch it that many times. It's that much fun.
Oh yeah.
Like when you talked about like the character building, Justin, and you said like McGiggles, how you wanted to hate him.
Yeah.
I fucking hated him, but I think he brought comedy at the right points
It was
to
perfect.
make me want more of his character. And then the same thing with David is like you start rooting for David, and then there's points in the movie where I found myself going, "Can you just stop fucking up, bro? Like stop."
Oh yeah, in the beginning,
You're a good
like,
dude.
I'm like in the beginning, I'm
up.
like this guy is such a loser. Like you like him,
Yeah.
but you're like, holy shit,
Like,
like get it together.
You're doing this to yourself, man. Get it together.
And then he
Like,
does.
we're all behind you. Let's go.
It's
Awesome
crazy.
redemption.
It's crazy seeing the growth that he goes through in the movie.
And then Miss Caroline, dude,
So good.
so bad. I wish
She
my
nailed
kids like her. I wish their teacher was like this,
Best
or
teacher
is like
ever.
this.
Ever.
Oh, yeah.
Like to spin everything as a game to protect their childhood innocence through this whole ordeal. Amazing.
Dude, she had them playing tag. She had a conga line singing
Yeah.
Old McDonald.
She's like, everyone out there was role playing. These kids did not see one death until the very end of the movie when the army obliterated them.
It just blew up everything.
Hit it all.
Now, you guys want a
Awesome.
couple of fun facts? I've only got a few.
Oh yeah. Let's do
Yeah,
that.
drop them.
All right. So originally, the producers could not get the rights to use Taylor Swift's "Shake It Off" in the film, as they were denied by the record label. Lupita Nyong'o's, is that how you say it?
I didn't want to. I don't.
Yeah,
even know.
I don't want to. I'm butchering that name, man. I'm so sorry. She's gonna listen to this and be like, "These guys were assholes. They can't say my name."
They're worse.
So
I'm
Lupita
so
is
upset.
Shut him down. Shut him down.
She's a massive fan of this song and saw it as a pivotal part of the screenplay, which led to her personally reaching out to Taylor Swift to explain why the song was so important to the narrative. And after that conversation with Taylor Swift, she gave her the rights to the song to use it, which I think is amazing. I thought it was awesome.
Yeah.
The film is also dedicated to Abby Forsyth's son, Spike, whose first day of kindergarten actually inspired parts of this story. This was it was also Josh Gad's idea to bite the nose off the zombie kid. That wasn't in the script. That was like improvised. He was like, I'm doing it. Let's do it.
I'm biting it.
Oh, jeez.
And that's all I got, hack stab slash.
Hell yeah.
I had all that too, pretty much. So I also love that the tagline of the movie is "Playtime is over." I thought that was pretty awesome. And yeah, I had it. It was shot in Sydney, Australia, and yeah, that's all I. Good God.
All right. Do you guys want to tell us what we're doing next week? It is Justin's turn.
Next week, do you like found footage movies? Because I know I do. Do you like cryptids? I also know I do. So we join us on an incredible amphibious tale of terror.
Yes!
From
Amphibious.
Frogman. I have no clue what I'm going to say next.
Frogman.
An amphibious
Ribbon
tale
at
of
you
terror.
to your death.
Let's go.
All right,
Frog-
so
the
next
Frogman
week we're
is
going to
coming.
be doing Frogman, and I'm
Yes.
going to read my whole part as Kermit the Frog.
Kermit. We so unintentionally, we all decided as a group to make this like a free form movie month, pick whatever the fuck you want. We unintentionally, until Justin pointed this out a couple of days ago, we made it a frog month.
Let's go.
In Resident Evil, the lickers are frog, like in the frog amphibious family, and they're mutated frogs with the T virus, who every time they feed, they continually grow, blah, 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 blah. And then in this movie, we get McGiggles right here
Frog
with
hand
the
puppet.
puppet. Yeah, and now you pick Frogman.
The Frog.
Tie all the movies together. Let's go.
Let's go.
Let's do it. Froggy
All
time.
right,
bro.
hack, stab, slash. I'm Hacky. This shirtless, fucking ghosty, pale ass white boy over here is Stabby. This guy down here, who
Just Justin. What's up?
it's just
Peace out.
He's the party time dude.
it's the party time. Speaking of party time, it's time to go.
All
All
right.
right, we out. Snip,
Peace.
snip, snip.
Later.